It is Snitchery. How are you doing? Last time I apologized for being gone for so long, I got yelled at, so I'm not gonna do that again. I honestly don't know what this wig is doing right now. I do not want to bore you guys with a long intro, so a couple quick housekeeping things and then we'll get right to the video. Number one, I haven't really mentioned this on YouTube before, like explicitly, but if you like me for whatever reason and want to see more of me, I am by far more active on Instagram and Twitter. I am on those platforms every single day. I've been posting a new cosplay look nearly, if not every single day on Instagram. So if you're into anime or cartoons or comic books or superheroes or anything like that, be sure to check that out if you want to. And also subscribe here if you'd like to subscribe. Okay, like the video if you like the video. It really helps me. Okay, thanks guys. So my face is a little bit different. It looks really different right now because this makeup is so heavy. It's harder to tell, but I do have a lot of before and afters. Oh my god, sorry. In this video that I will put at the end of this video, like no makeup, just straight on and profile before and afters like you saw in the thumbnail. But I got my first, I guess, like cosmetic procedures done to my face about a month and a half ago, I want to say now. I was really interested in the idea of getting jaw filler because I had seen so many girls on social media who had gotten jaw filler and it had just like really improved their side profile. And I've always had a pretty weak side profile regardless of how much I weigh. It really doesn't matter. I just have a pretty like weak chin. I didn't really have any interest in surgery or anything like that. If that's your story, then all the more power to you, but I do not like the thought of being sliced open and I definitely didn't want any downtime, so I was like, jaw fillers are perfect. I'm gonna insert a video here really quickly of what my face looked like before I went in for the first time for this filler experience. I'm kind of rushing right now because I'm actually about to head off into an Uber to go and get my jaw filler. I've never gotten any kind of cosmetic procedure like this before. Like I've never gotten filler in my face or Botox or anything like that, so I'm a little nervous, can you tell? But I'm also really excited. Okay, so this is what my jaw looks like relaxed. I really like my 3/4 view and I like how I look from the front, but from the side I've always just disliked the fact that my jaw isn't squared off and sharp looking. So as you can see there, I was really set on jaw filler. I didn't want cheekbone filler, I didn't want anything else. I didn't want to fix my wonky lopsided chin, I just wanted jaw filler. But when I went in to get that jaw filler done, I went to a place called, I think it's called Dulce, I think it's Dulce Aesthetics. In New York City they have, I want to say 3 locations, but it's the woman Jen does all the filler. And I found them via Google through their reviews. I am not in any way paid to make this review or to talk about it. I paid every time I went in. I'll tell you how much I paid. I am literally just a customer of this place, not an influencer. It was very clean, it was very nice, and I said, hey, I want jaw filler. And Jen said, honey, you don't need jaw filler. And she was feeling around my face and my jaw and she was like, you don't need jaw filler. Your masseter muscles are so tight and that's why you have a lot of built up mass right here in your face. So if you don't know, this is very rudimentary. From my understanding, your masseter muscles are the muscles right here that you use to like chew and grind your teeth and stuff like that. So I, at age 22, always thought that everybody ground their teeth 24/7. Everybody fell asleep with their jaw clenched and woke up with their jaw clenched and were always grinding their teeth down. I literally just thought that was like a part of everyday life, but apparently not. You're not supposed to be doing that. So she said, I don't want to inject stuff into your jaw. I just want to give you some jaw Botox to relax that muscle so that it can atrophy and the muscle will actually get smaller because it won't be so tight. And as soon as she did it, within like an hour, I could feel a difference. I didn't realize, I guess, how much I clenched my jaw out of anxiety, out of, I don't even know, habit also, until I wasn't anymore. Like literally it was every waking moment my jaw was so tight, and the minute I got Botox, it really like, it slimmed my face down. The first time I went in, I think I got 20, one side was tighter than the other. I think I got 20 cc's and 30 cc's because one side was a little bit tighter, and it costs, I want to say, around $350. So for 3 weeks, I chilled with the Botox. I was like, okay, jaw fillers a no, I'll stick with this. I didn't honestly see that much of a visual change from this, right? So I felt a change. I felt a lot better. My face felt more relaxed, but I didn't really feel like my face slimmed out in a way that I had seen a lot of other people when they got their masseter muscles not dissolved. That sounds foul. When they got masseter Botox, a lot of people see really, really dramatic results. I really didn't see anything. That said, I feel like it was really worth it from a health perspective. Like my jaw feels so much better. It's not always painful and tight, but just know that if you are going in for masseter Botox, that there's a chance you won't come out looking like, you know, some people get like a freaking inch off their jaw, it seems like, and that did not happen to me. So I think 2 weeks after getting this masseter Botox, I went back in and was like, how's it looking? And she felt around and she was like, it's a little tight still. So she did, I want to say 20 cc's in each cheek. So I had 40 and 50 at the end. That's how much my jaw needed. It was at the same price, and I did not get any filler or anything like that to my face. So at this point, nothing had been injected in. I was just trying to atrophy the muscle that was already there. After a month from my initial first time of getting that Botox, I was like, okay, I feel like this is completely relaxed. This is as good as it's gonna get, I think, from this Botox, and I'm still not loving my side profile. So I went back in and I was like, hey Jen, hey girl, I'm gonna completely trust you, because the reason I went to Dulce, and again, I'm not being paid for this, their site and their socials, is because their results were really subtle. I thought they were noticeable, but they were subtle. And a lot of these injection companies and like cosmetic filler companies now are doing such dramatic results, which for some people is amazing, but for me, it's just not what I wanted. I wanted something really subtle. I still wanted to very much look like myself. I literally just wanted it to look like a little snatched, you know? So I went in and I was like, what can I do? If you don't want to do jaw filler, then let's not do jaw filler, but what would you recommend I do? And she said that she would recommend cheekbone filler instead, so that it lifts my face up and makes my jaw look smaller because my cheeks will be slightly higher and a little bit bigger. And I was immediately like, let's do it, girl. Like, my life is in your hands. I really respected the fact that when I went in initially for jaw filler, which would have been, you know, a procedure that could have been $1,000, she instead told me to get Botox, which was $300. Like, she wasn't just like, okay, money grubby, like I'll do this expensive procedure for you because you want it. She actually cared about what would look good on my face and what I needed health-wise first. So I let her do her thing with the cheekbone injections. So what I actually got done is my cheekbones, and then I also got a little bit injected into my chin. So I'm gonna post a before and after here so you can look at it. Do you see how my chin was a little bit lopsided? That said, I made my chin more symmetrical because it had a little dip here, so I put a little filler here. And then I'd always had really prominent, I think they're called nasolabial, I think that's it, folds. The little creases right here, mine were always really prominent, so I got a little bit of filler here. And then, like I said, obviously the cheek filler. Like I said, the results weren't crazy. It's not like I walked out with a new face. I didn't walk out looking like Bella Hadid. I just walked out looking like me, but a little like elevated, a little more wink, a little more, woo, she's here. My face naturally does droop down a little bit, so I felt like this just lifted my face up. And the final cost for the chin, this, and the cheek filler was around $800. I did not get much filler injected into my face. A lot of times these procedures are really, really expensive because they're going for a really dramatic look. Like, they'll really put a lot in your chin, they'll really put a lot in your cheek to, like, you know, I did not have that. So mine was really inexpensive. It was under $1,000, and I think it actually made a subtle but really, really noticeable difference in my face. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell a difference. I can tell a difference. Actually, let me take off my makeup and show you guys what my face looks like. Okay, I took off all my face makeup. This is a completely like clean face. I left my eyes on because I didn't feel like taking that off. But as you can see, my cheekbones are way more elevated than they used to be. You can see that like indentation right here. It's basically just putting like a permanent contour into your face. That's the best way I can describe it, where it doesn't make your face look that much different, but you just don't have to pack on the makeup. The reason I did at the beginning of this video was, like I said, for a picture, but going out day to day, I really just do like a light bronzer dusting because my cheekbones now just sit properly. And you can see, even I think without any of the face makeup on, it actually looks quite a bit better. And usually now when I go out and about, like I said, I'll just do like a little bit of powder and maybe a little bit of bronzer like on my cheek, but it's so nice to have it built in. So I'm gonna answer some common questions that I see about this topic and some questions I got on Twitter. When I first posted about it, a lot of people were asking about pain level. So I would say the pain for the Botox was like a 2 out of 10. The needle was so small, it honestly felt like nothing. If it was a 2, it was hardly a 2. I did not use any numbing cream or anything. She literally just and it was totally fine. Filler was a little bit more painful, but honestly not by much. I'd say it was maybe a 4 out of 10 on the pain scale. Definitely not nearly as painful as any tattoo or anything like that. The most painful part was I had numbing cream for the filler, and the numbing cream was put like here and here and here. So I had sort of a blank spot here where there was no numbing cream, and she did do a couple injections here, and I was like, ugh. But other than that, it was totally fine. A lot of people asked how long filler lasts. So it really depends from person to person and how your body breaks it down. It can last anywhere from 6 to 12 months. This is my first time with getting filler, so I'm not sure how long it'll last for me. So I suppose we will see, but usually it's around 6 to 12 months, which is really a range. Some people asked would I recommend the place I went to, Dulce Aesthetics. I would say yes if you're in the New York City or Brooklyn area. It's always Jen who does the filler injections. She's very funny. She's always been very accommodating to me. I've had to cancel a couple appointments because I've been so sick lately, which you guys know and can hear, and it's been months and I don't know what's going on, but she's always been super, super nice about it and very sweet. And like I said, I really like that she didn't just allow me to walk in and be like, I want you to inject 200 cc's of Juvederm into my jaw, and she was just like, okay, give me your coin. Like, I appreciate that she didn't do that, so I would recommend it. Do I plan on getting any more filler? Probably not. I really like the way my face looks now. I like the way it looked before also. Oh, let me show you a side. So this is what my face looks like from the side. But I like the way my face looks now. I like how it looked before, but I feel like this is just a little elevated. I feel like there were more questions. A big one was, why did you get it done? And I kind of already addressed this, but I am a big proponent of, if you are doing it for the right reasons, meaning for you, that is the only correct reason to get any kind of cosmetic procedure done. And if you have the means to do it comfortably, then I think things like this can be a form of self-love, can be a form of body modification. It just depends on how you look at it. I financially was privileged enough to be able to do this for myself, and I feel more confident for it. So I really sort of fail to see any downside. I know that there's an argument that this promotes like unrealistic beauty standards, but I can only really see that being the case if people don't disclose the fact that they've gotten things like this done or lie about it. And even then, honestly, it's kind of no one's business. The fact that I and others choose to be open about it doesn't mean that everybody has to, and that it's not everybody's responsibility to disclose like everything they've had done to their bodies. So that's my soapbox moment for the day. The aftercare process and the recovery process was not bad at all. For Botox, it was literally, I mean, immediately, you didn't have to do anything. For my cheeks, I actually still have a little bit of like, I think I got a little bruised here, and she knew. It's been a week and a couple days since I got them done. And she mentioned that I was gonna get a little bruised here, and I do have like a little tiny sore spot here, but other than that, it was literally painless. I just iced it a little bit, but it didn't swell up or anything. This, nothing. My chin took the longest so when you get injections, they obviously inject it in like little balls almost, and then they mold them, but at the beginning it's still gonna feel like little balls in your face. And my chin now feels completely smooth. It's seamless. You can't tell where it was injected, but that's the one that took the longest to stop feeling like 2 balls, because she did 2 injections. I mean, she did a few more, but it was basically like 2 injection sites. One was right here and one was underneath, and it felt like 2 balls in my chin for like 4 days probably, and hurt to like rest my chin on something. And I was so nervous that I was gonna like move it if I rest my chin down at all, or if I slept on one side, that I'd like push the injections in or something, which I don't think can happen. And the last thing I can think of is what kind of injection I got, and I got Juvederm. If you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Let me know any more questions you have about this in the comments down below. I'm sure I missed something. This was all just very much going off the top of my head, and I'm also out of practice on YouTube, so let me know. If you like this video, again, a like helps me out so freaking much. And if you made it to the end here, put a fruit emoji, any kind of fruit emoji you want, in honor of me looking like a lime today. Any kind of fruit emoji so I can see who my real ones are. Thank you for being my friend today and always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.